Hello to everyone who is joining us. We are going to get started here with the chat. There's Keionna. Hello, Keionna.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us today.
No
So we will get started here in just a second. Thanks to anyone who is tuning in. I see Nakia on there, so hi, Nakia. Special shout out. So we are going to be chatting just a little bit about what it's like to be a senior right now at U of L and sort of this crazy circumstance that we're in. And I want to hear a little bit about what your experience has been like here in a second. For anyone who's joining us who maybe hasn't been up to date of everything going on, our classes for this semester have all moved to virtual or distance learning. So we've been really thankful for all of our faculty who have been quick to respond to that. And then, of course, for our students who have been receptive of all of that as well. If you want any updates of all of the research that U of L is doing, which is really cool, we also have some folks who are doing PPE type stuff as well. So if you want to read about any of that, it's louisville.edu/coronavirus. But you can check that out at any time again, or just even go to louisville.edu and that information is on the website. But we wanted to, while we are at home, I'm working from home, we wanted to just chat with some alumni, some students, some people who maybe are having different experiences right now and just hear what our Cardinals are up to. So I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Amanda James. I work in the Alumni Relations Office at U of L. I work with students and young alumni. And I am here with Keionna Bailey. Keionna is a senior at U of L. Keionna, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe some of the stuff you've been involved in while you're at U of L?
Yep, so as Amanda said, I'm a senior, so I'll be graduating in a couple of weeks.
Yay!
I will be having a degree in communication with minors in Spanish and marketing. I was a part of the student and alumni organization for all 4 years. I was the vice president of Philanthropy as well as the president my sophomore and junior years. I've been a student orientation leader. I've worked really heavily with the Speaker Center at the University of Louisville. I do a lot with public speaking and just helping students in that vein. And yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Awesome. So Keionna, we said that all of the students are not on campus for their classes. I know you're originally from Lexington. Are you in Lexington now? Or are you still in Louisville, or where physically are you?
I am still in Louisville, so I still pay rent. Sounds like I have to stay there. Instead.
Yes, yes. And are you in a campus facility or are you off campus?
I live in a campus-affiliated apartment.
Perfect, cool. So again, the U of L classes have moved. They're not in person this semester for the rest of the semester. And I know we're wrapping up classes next week, which is wild to me.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what your classes have been like, and have they been, have you had virtual meetings, or has it been more independent learning, or sort of what has your class structure looked like?
So essentially, for the most part, most of my classes, we still meet together. Majority of the classes, we still meet at the exact same time. Now, I have 2 classes that are honor seminars, so essentially it's kind of like they'll do check-ins every once in a while, and we'll do a Zoom meeting. But for the most part, it's essentially like we're still on campus. We still meet at the exact same time and everything.
I like that. Good. Good. Have you liked the fact that it's sort of been consistent like that?
Yeah. So for majority of my classes, it was kind of seamless, the transition from being in person to being online. We really, I really couldn't tell a difference. One of my professors, however, he's really not technology inclined. So for the first couple of weeks, we literally had class on the phone. We'd have the phone. And yeah, so it was interesting having 40 plus people on a phone call, but we made it work. He's done a really good job to kind of adapt and kind of figure out everything with Blackboard and different technology. So I think someone taught him how to do online class. So we've transitioned into doing that virtual classroom thing. So it's been pretty interesting.
Good. So what has I know this is sort of like at least for me, always interesting, especially because like you can see people's houses and videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Do you have like an assigned workspace? And if so, would you be willing to show us? Or is it more like you just sort of do your work in your classes wherever you're comfortable that day?
So, for the most part, I do my work in my bedroom. So
Yeah.
pretty much this is my workout studio, my office, the classroom, everything above. Whenever I want to change of scenery, I might go into the living room, but for the most part, it's all in these four walls of my bedroom, for the most part.
I understand. You got to make do. I love it.
Exactly.
So feel like another like hot topic right now is obviously like we can't go out and do stuff, but obviously we're fortunate enough to have internet and all of that kind of stuff. Do you have any like shows that you've been binging, or have you been working out, or sort of what have been your go-to things to occupy your time during this?
So I was working out at first. I would go for a run at Cherokee Park, but then, the nature decided to go back to winter and it's freezing cold
Yes.
outside. So I haven't been back since like late last week. But for the most part, I've been watching Narcos and
Oh, I have not seen that.
yeah, it's a little gory. I've been watching NCIS too, but whenever I get a little scared, I just throw on a Disney movie to make everything better. Um, but yeah, so for right now, I've really been binging NCIS. I used to watch that as a kid with my mom. So all 15 seasons are on Netflix. So I've just been keeping up with that. But other than that, not too much.
Wow. Um, Quick update to anyone who's tuned in. We're here with Keionna Bailey, who is a senior at UofL. We're sort of talking about what her senior experience has been like and what it's been like when she's not on campus for classes and all of that jazz. If anyone has any questions, though, for Keionna, feel free to send those in the comments. I know we've seen some of our good alumni and some of our friends and students on here, so feel free to leave any if you all have any. We are just going to keep chatting here for a little bit longer to hear more about what her experience has been like. Keionna, being stuck in there and watching your shows and your workouts and all that, what have you been missing the most about campus and about the U of L community?
Honestly, I've just missed the scenery. I love campus around springtime. The landscape is just really beautiful and it's very calming it's really just the trees, just like walking through the quad or anything like that. It's just super relaxing and just fresh air in general. And this semester, I really haven't been that much on campus just because of the way my schedule works. I'm
Mm-hmm.
mostly in class or I was at my internship. So it was just nice. I was really looking forward to going back onto campus and just kind of doing the last sweep of like, oh, I used to hang out by the Red Barn all the time, or this will kind of be like my last walkthrough as a student. So I'm just missing the energy and the liveliness of campus.
Especially spring. I feel like, I mean,
Yeah.
fall, each semester I feel like has its own thing. But for any
Mm-hmm.
of our alumni or students who have been on campus, I feel like, like spring is coming and normally it's
Yes.
like graduation is coming, but Derby is coming too. And it's like that
Mm-hmm.
excitement right now. And I
Yeah.
know it was hard, especially because all this started right after spring break, which made it
Right.
sort of a lack of closure, unfortunately, I feel like
Yeah.
for many of our seniors.
Yeah.
Um, so that being said, you are nearing graduation. And I know our office and a lot of other offices on campus are working hard to still celebrate all of our seniors as best we can. Even though we know we won't, unfortunately, be able to do commencement in May. We will do a commencement later, but hopefully we can do some celebrations and congratulations and all that stuff in the coming weeks. How has that felt for you? Because I would imagine it's been a little trying or difficult.
Yes, it's been very hard. Every time I try to get over it, I can't.
Hmm.
It's just yeah, it's like every week it's like someone will like say something or ask and I'm like so it has been very hard. And I think the most difficult part of it all is just kind of we are all in a world of uncertainty. Like we really don't know like what the next
Yes.
step is. It's like I feel like
Yes.
we're taking it week by week of like, okay, so what's the update? What are we gonna
Yes.
do next? So yeah, it's just, and for me as someone who's like a planner, it's like I feel like I can't do it. I can't plan my life like I used
Yes.
to because we just don't know what's going on. So yeah, it's just it's like it's okay. I think it's fine that I have my roommates here with me to hang out for the last few times while we're still here. But other than that, it's still pretty difficult to just to accept. I don't know. There's a part of me that
Hmm.
feels like I'm in a crazy dream and tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and it's not gonna be true. But obviously, it's true.
Oh, I wish I wish we could wake up and feel that. Before I ask my next question, I see in the comments we had someone, Daphne, ask, "Do you have any favorite food or snacks that are unique to U of L or campus, or maybe just your favorite places to eat that have been as a student?"
Um, I don't really have any favorites. I would say like my go-to place. It's not there anymore. It used to be Greens to Go, the salad place. I used to love
Yeah.
that place. But other than that, probably Twisted Taco. But they're
Ah.
not open now.
Yeah.
With everything, they're like they weren't one of the restaurants that stayed open. Plus, I lost my Cardinal card, so I can't really eat any food. I have no clue where it is, so I really can't even eat anything on campus. So.
Let's hope that Keionna finds her Cardinal card. That was a good question. Thanks, Daphne. We're just going to ask a few more questions. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. We're chatting with Keionna Bailey, who's a senior at U of L right now. So, Keionna, we just talked about graduation. You'll still be graduating in May. That is what your degree will say, all of that stuff. Celebrations will be postponed a little bit, as we talked about. But what is next for you? Well, first of all, remind us what your degree is in. And then tell us a little bit about what's next for you.
Right, so my degree will be in communication and I will have minors in Spanish and marketing. And last semester I was fortunate to have an internship at Bullhorn Creative, which is an branding agency. And essentially I was an account coordinator. So although I didn't really wasn't on the creative side of anything. I was the person that coordinated schedules and made sure that everything happened on the correct timeline. So they offered me a job full time once I graduated. So yes, so
That's
I will be doing
awesome.
that. So if we did have graduation was going to be on May 9th and I would be starting on May 11th. So that's kind of my plans, and I'll be in Louisville for around like the next 2 or 3 years, just enjoying the alumni life here.
Yes. And hopefully, regardless of what happens, I know you were just talking about the uncertainty, but one of our big initiatives in the office is to keep young alumni engaged with the university. And even if that has to be virtually, we've got some stuff up our sleeve that we'll be rolling out soon. So we encourage all alumni, whether you're about to graduate or you have, graduated maybe a couple years ago or even a little bit longer ago, we're going to have quite a few events coming up that you can connect with. So that was a good plug, Keionna, and congratulations. I think you're in a great spot. And obviously that internship did really well for you. Um, if there are not any other questions in the chat, I'm going to ask two more, or maybe just one more quick question. And I know I asked you this somewhere else recently, but if you could maybe give any advice to freshman year Keionna, that incoming freshman Keionna, looking back now that you're wrapping up your career at U of L and becoming an alum, what would you tell yourself or another new student who's coming into U of L?
Okay. I'm trying to think. I would say for the most part, um, is to not plan everything out. So, like I said earlier, I'm a major planner. I remember freshman year, I planned out my whole 4 years of college, like the first semester. I knew all the classes I was going to take, when I was going to take it, what programs I was going to do, what I was going to do over the summer. I just planned everything out. And then when I changed my major, because I was originally a nursing major, I was kind of like, why am I planning my entire life out like this? So pretty much it's like you should definitely make plans and set goals, but I think kind of where my experience became better and just more natural is I planned a little bit, but then I just left space open for opportunity and anything that came open to me, just because when you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another. So really just kind of letting life happen and just not trying to control everything. I would definitely say that's the beauty of just life and being a college student.
I love that. When you say yes to one, or wait, when you say no to one thing, you're saying yes to the other, or did I get that
Yeah.
backwards?
So when you say yes to one thing,
Yes.
you're saying no to another.
Yes, I like that. So I think that will wrap up our time, Keionna. We're going to save this up on our Instagram feed for people to watch later. Again, thanks to Keionna Bailey, who is a graduating senior. Round of applause. I'm sure those of you who are watching are also giving a round of applause. But thank you, Keionna. We are hoping to do this frequently, especially while people are at home and sort of not able to be out and about quite as much and connect with students and alumni. So if anyone has any suggestions of people you would like to talk to, shoot us a DM and we would love to hear those suggestions. But thanks, Keionna. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. And of course, go Cards.
Yes, go Cards.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.